The ancient Stoics knew something that most people today have forgotten. True freedom doesn't come from having more to protect, it comes from realizing that what's truly valuable can never be taken from you. So I challenge you. What would you do differently today if you acted as if you had nothing to lose? Share in the comments below. If you found value in this video, hit that like button. It helps more people discover these ideas. Subscribe for more content on ancient wisdom for modern power. And hit the notification bell to be first to know when new videos drop. Until next time, remember the words of Epictetus. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Here are 3 daily practices to develop your nothing-to-lose mindset. 1. Morning reflection. Ask yourself, if this was my last day, what would I say and do differently? Then act accordingly. 2. Fear setting. Before important decisions, write down your fears, potential preventions, and repair strategies. This exercise, popularized by Tim Ferriss but rooted in Stoicism, defangs what terrifies you. 3. Evening review. Ask yourself, what did I hold back on today out of fear? Then commit to approaching it differently tomorrow. Remember, this isn't about being reckless or careless. The Stoics were thoughtful, strategic people. This is about removing the emotional paralysis that keeps you living smaller than you should. As Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Imagine living without the constant anxiety of losing what you have or not getting what you want. Imagine speaking with complete authenticity. Imagine pursuing your true purpose without hesitation. This is the power that comes when you act like you have nothing to lose. This is Stoicism in action, seeing that what you fear losing isn't what gives you power. What gives you power is your response. What happens when you act like you have nothing to lose? 1. You speak truth when others won't. Marcus Aurelius. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. B. Role of someone confidently speaking in a meeting. When you're not desperately protecting your image, you can say what needs to be said. 2. You take calculated risks. Seneca. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult. B. Role of entrepreneur opening shop, starting business. The person who has already accepted potential failure can attempt what others can't even imagine. 3. You develop an unshakable presence. Epictetus. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. B. Role of person remaining calm in chaotic situation. When you're not attached to specific outcomes, you radiate a calm confidence that others notice. Let me share something personal. 2 years ago, I was paralyzed by fear of judgment when starting this channel. What would people think? What if I failed publicly? Then I asked myself, what's the worst that could happen? People might laugh, I might get criticism, and the channel might fail. But by facing those fears directly and acting as if I had nothing to lose, I found freedom. And ironically, that's when this channel started to grow. Epictetus, who began life as a slave, taught, make it your practice to say to every harsh appearance, you are just an appearance and not at all what you appear to be. Let me show you how this works in today's world. Before a high-stakes job interview, instead of desperately hoping for success, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I don't get this job? Then fully visualize that scenario. Will you die? Number, will you be homeless? Probably not. Will it hurt your ego? Yes, but only temporarily. When you've already faced the worst outcome in your mind, you're free. You walk into that interview with a different energy, confident, authentic, and unburdened. Now, let's talk about the modern legend who embodies this principle perfectly. Former Navy SEAL Commander Jocko Willink has a simple response to setbacks. Good. Project canceled? Good. Time to start something better. Rejected? Good. Opportunity to improve. Failed? Good. Learn what doesn't work. So what happens when you truly internalize this? When you act as if you've already lost everything you fear losing, you become unstoppable. The Stoics developed specific practices to embrace this nothing-to-lose mindset. First, they practiced negative visualization, regularly contemplating the loss of everything they valued. Not to be morbid, but to reduce the fear's power. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Think about that. Everything you're desperately trying to protect, your reputation, your comfort, your security. It's all temporary. You will lose it all eventually. We all have a Michael inside us. We hold back our true thoughts. We don't take risks, and we stay in jobs we hate, relationships that drain us, and situations that slowly kill our spirit, all because we're afraid of losing something. But here's what the Stoics understood. You've already lost. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. Seneca. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael had a brilliant idea for his company that could save those millions. But when the meeting came, he stayed silent. Why? Because he was afraid of looking stupid, being criticized, or worst of all, being ignored. Sound familiar? Have you ever watched someone who seems completely fearless? Someone who speaks their mind, takes bold action, and seems utterly unconcerned with failure? They're not careless, they're powerful. And today, I'm going to show you how the ancient Stoics mastered this exact mindset thousands of years ago. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring one of the most transformative mindsets you can adopt, acting like you have nothing to lose. This isn't about being reckless. It's about accessing a kind of freedom and power that most people never experience.